I decided to be a prosecutor because there is no better way to help victims or our community within the court system compared to a judge who's limited by the evidence and law presented to them and procedural posture of a case, and a defense attorney who is solely focused on the goals and will of their client. A prosecutor gets to see the entire case from start to finish. It's a big picture view of a course of events, reviewing for authorization of appropriate charges, checking with all the evidence, and then coming up with the best possible outcome to help victims in our community. The best part of being a prosecutor is working within a great team at the office with victim advocates and staff and other attorneys who are all working toward that same goal of getting justice for a victim and our communities. I always enjoy coming to the office every day. I'm sure a lot of people can't say that about their work, but I do. I look forward to it because I know at the end of the day, all of my work and my effort is going toward a bigger goal that's better or bigger than myself. The most difficult part about being a prosecutor is fighting the desensitized view or reaction to crime. In the court system, that might be trying to show the court how distinct and particular a set of events are for a particular individual or a victim, as opposed to viewing it amongst their thousands of cases of just another burglary or just another sexual assault or just another robbery. These events impacted one individual in a profound way, and to help the court understand just how impactful that event was for this person is really difficult. The most impactful cases for me, or the cases that have stuck with me the longest, or the ones that might wake me up in the middle of the night, have always been sexual assault cases. There's something so horrific about the experience of those victims, especially really young victims, and the dissonance between how a defendant can present in court or in public versus how they are in private. And that so many of those cases rely on courage of even little kids to come into court, or to be brave enough to report something to a teacher or to a family friend, or to talk to strangers in the sense of police officers or people at a hospital. They take so much out of a victim, and those are the cases that are hardest to prosecute. Those are the cases to find justice on as far as being the most just outcome for. And those are the hardest ones to try. I think the biggest misconception the public has about prosecution is that prosecution equates to prison, or the desire to seek prison. But the pursuit of justice has a much broader expanse than that, because every case is individual, and the ultimate overarching goals are trying to make the victim as whole as possible, wanting to make sure that the defendant is held accountable for their actions. And the other very common misconception might be that when that guilty plea is reached or the case is closed, that the case is really closed. That never happens. So years might go by and someone might apply for sealing, or for a sex offense case, a classification or reclassification hearing on a sex offender registration status. The case never seems to end for the victim, and it never ends for us either. And we're always pulling those old files out and notifying victims and talking to them for follow-up hearings. So I think that one of the biggest misconceptions is that a case just ends at some point. We know it doesn't end for the victims, and it doesn't end for us either.